This is donut day with Marcus. Marcus making donuts. First of all, you take a half a cup of butter and 2 cups of milk. And then you melt the butter and the milk, that way the milk warms. And while that's warming, you take a pan and beat 2 eggs. Whip 2 eggs together. After the eggs are beat a little bit, you add a half a cup of sugar. Okay, one step I forgot. Marcus takes a 3/4 cup of warm water and puts 2 tablespoons of yeast in there so it starts dissolving while he does this too and the milk warms.
Tablespoons.
Yeah, you're headless, which is unfortunate.
Hit. 2 tablespoons.
Right.
Ish. Doesn't. Just you know, tablespoons.
Okay. You just leave it in, well, yeah.
Now to make the yeast go a little faster, so not sit around for an eternity, just add, a teaspoon of sugar and mix it up. Now this is our time clock. This determines how fast we'll go. I want a teaspoon of salt, but this is 2 teaspoons. That is
I said 2.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I thought it was 1.
Oops, I didn't mix the eggs yet. I've never done so. Or thereabout.
Next you add your milk and your butter, but you want the milk good and warm, but not too hot, or when you pour it in, your eggs will kind of
Get all clumpy?
lumpy.
Yeah.
You'll cook your eggs.
Pound, 3.5 to 4 cups in a pound.
That's just
So 8, so I would need 10 cups.
Do a little more. Oh, the little sneaky booger took it away from Alfie. Hey Brandon?
Yeah.
Do you like hot things?
No,
Why not?
because they burn.
Oh. Now you just add it relatively slowly.
slow to begin with.
You get splash. Now, the trick question, Grandma, is how much flour do we use?
I don't know, just till the dough feels right. You want us to count them today?
I mean, we can. It's
you
slightly
ready?
less sticky than
You ready?
cinnamon roll dough. These aren't even cups, you know.
And you want to use all-purpose flour when you make this. Yeah?
And then we'll add the yeast after this. We're gonna add the yeast next.
You ready for the yeast now?
Yeah.
Okay. See how the yeast is coming up? Mm-hmm. That's why you leave it go in warm water so it starts rising. Now if you have or flour.
Dump it all in. Some flour down there. Alright, we got a full cup in.
Now we do. Somewhere around there, but
You get the 9th one in your hand.
Yuck.
a little more.
Yeah.
We're getting close.
Yeah, we are.
I can tell the way it looks. It just looks like it's almost done.
Perfect.
It doesn't look runny.
It's
It
not-
doesn't look real stiff. It just has a little bit of a soft dough look, texture to it. Pour some in the bottom so the dough doesn't stick as much to the bottom. You can work it better. You don't want much, just on the bottom. Then it kind of works.
Now I work it a little bit just to get it all around layer. And then I always like to flip it over.
Yeah, feels just right.
That grosses me out.
You need to taste the dough because then you can determine if it's good or not before you bake it.
It'll be round up over the top. Ready to go, ready to rise.
So what is all this here for?
This is to cut them out. This is to make the holes.
Okay.
These three things is what they use to put them in the grease, get it
Yeah.
out. And then these two is what they put them in the glaze, get it out, and then leave it sit on the one to drip a little bit. You put a little bit of flour on the pans so your dough doesn't stick so bad when they want to pick them off to fry it. After they're cut, we'll put them on this pan.
And do they rise a little bit after you cut them?
Oh yeah, they have to rise till they look right.
So you let them go until they look good.
Right, not double. The big turkey platter. Then when you cut each donut, you rub them in flour first like this. So it cuts through the dough better. Okay, you have a picture how it looked before. Now we're ready to roll. Punch it down and go.
Bad dough. How much?
This might be 2 times.
This is about 2 times, yeah.
Let me put a little more down there.
I like a nice round thing before I roll it.
Okay. The next batch we're going to roll just a little thicker if she thinks these are thinner. I don't know. Yeah. Get that end out there a little bit more.
I still have not mastered rolling things.
Okay. There, that looks good. That roll there. Yeah. Yep.
So you have a double, make a double broiler, and you're gonna melt your butter in it. I already have my powdered sugar measured.
Try to mix it all at one time.
So I'm gonna start mixing it. I have to mix it kind of slowly, and then we're gonna add the cornstarch.
Okay.
And that's already mixed in as well. And then we'll add a little bit of milk and or water to make it the right consistency.
Milk all the way.
I mean, I'm gonna try to.
Oh, you can go back now?
I can go back a little bit. So, well, back.
And the warmer that the glaze is, the thinner that it will be. So right now I'm just gonna mix it, and I'm gonna leave it a little bit thick so that I can thin it down when we're actually ready to start glazing.
Do you want it?
I will show you the consistency. No, you don't. You don't want it too thin or too thick.
Okay. And mix this together until it's a liquid.
Hello.
Excuse me, this is hot.
Okay, shoot. This is not quite as hot as I like my dough. I mean my oil, because they should be nice and brown already.